is say to the face.
What?
Slap.
Craw pickles. You know, that was
the Dickey do. It's like butts and guts.
Oh man, I know a girl we used to call butts and guts. What's up, everybody? Today on the hashtag Blackout Podcast, we talk about a Dickey do. You know, when you
sorry. Sorry. I didn't expect to hear that coming.
You know, a Dickey do. When your belly stick out more than your Dickey do.
It's like butts and guts.
Oh man, I know a girl we used to call butts and guts. We also talk about Phelps face. We talk about craw pickles. We talk about Bow Wow retiring. We talk about Malia Obama smoking pot and twerking. All this and more on today's episode of the hashtag Blackout Podcast.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the hashtag Blackout Podcast. Welcome back. I'm Jared.
I'm Jay.
And man, we are back from a crazy couple of weeks off. So thank you guys for keeping up. Thank you for listening. And yeah, welcome back to the show. How you been doing, Jay?
I've been pretty good. You know, I can't really complain. This past week was insane at work, but kind of fulfilling at home. You know, doing different things, trying to do some research on a potential business opportunity for myself. But you know, how things going with you?
Doing okay right now. Doing okay. Yeah, we had to take a little bit of a break, and I guess we'll talk about that here shortly. Why we had to take a break for a couple of weeks, but yeah, we're back at it. We were going to record this episode, a couple weekends ago, with Chicago L-Dubs, my friend Lindsay, and we're going to do a Ghostbusters review, but sort of got switched and postponed, switched around, but back in the saddle again, doing all right. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this. So, last episode, episode 14, Summer Vacays, it was, it's a great episode. We got a lot. I think we got, between the two posts, we have 8 hearts on SoundCloud, which is hooray.
Oh, nice.
The most ever.
Very good.
And then, tons of plays, some reposts, so much appreciated for that.
Thank you.
And then the picture that we posted for that was actually from that family, the main family vacation we talked about when I threw up the Sprite over my Uncle Napoleon's car.
Yeah, man.
We talked about our cousin Anson being on the trip. And as you can see from that picture, she was not in the trip.
I could have swore she was on that trip. I think it was Florida. Maybe it was Florida. I know we did a trip with her one time.
Man, I had to say this. Like, I asked my mom. I was like, Mom, we talked about that. We talked about that trip. Was Anson on that trip? And she's like, no, boy. Anson never came on a trip with us.
She did. Like, I know she did. She had to. It wasn't just some random girl. Black girl.
That's what I'm thinking. So I guess it wasn't that one. So we love you, Anson. I guess we love you so much we wanted you to be there. But
no, because I definitely remember me, you, Anson, and your sister had a room together.
Yes, exactly. When was that?
I don't know.
We had to have been either old enough to have a room together, or they must have had one of those connecting doors in between. They wouldn't have trusted us all by ourselves.
Yeah, it must have been something. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know either. But anyway, well, thank you guys. Big ups for everybody listening in. By the way, Jay, do you want to tell everybody the new news about all our episodes?
Oh, the new news is all of our episodes are now available on SoundCloud, iTunes, and are they all available on Stitcher?
Yeah,
it's all linked to. Yeah. So we're everywhere now. Well, almost everywhere. All the big places.
Yeah. We're in all the big places. So yeah, man. We made that decision to go ahead and upgrade the SoundCloud account. So yeah, it's a good thing. We have everything out there. Looks like we're getting a lot of plays on all the episodes so far, and it's only been about a week and a half. So that is a great thing. So let's see here. Yeah. So where we've been, my dad passed away, sadly, on the 29th of June, which, was, I guess, the day after we posted our vacation episode,
right,
which we talked about him, spanking our butts and just being incredulous at me throwing up Sprite all over the place. And yeah, so he was an amazing man.
Yes, he was.
It was more of a celebration for a funeral. And then, we actually, my family and I flew down to Texas during the week. We were there for the funeral and saw a ton of family.
Yes.
And then actually saw you, Jay.
Yes.
So this is the first time we've been in the same place since we started this thing. So
that's right.
Cool to get a couple selfies together there, and then and see y'all, of course.
Yeah.
And then we drove. My mom rented a 25 passenger charter bus to take us to Mississippi because that's where my dad was going to be buried. But there was only about 19 people who rode the bus, so there was enough space, enough room for us to stretch out.
Very
and
cool.
To drive to Mississippi, where they're from Houston, is about 8 hours. Our bus driver did it in 7.5 hours.
No stops.
No, with 3 stops.
3 stops, man.
Yes, yeah, because I guess the bus didn't have like that big of a gas tank, so he had to catch up.
Oh yeah, of course.
And we had to stop for restroom breaks, and I destroyed a toilet in Lafayette. There's oh no, where was it? It's in Baton Rouge. Yeah, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the capital of Louisiana.
Yes, it is.
They, we stopped at a Burger King, and man, when you get to the restroom, you got to go to the restroom, and then all of a sudden it's a 1-person restroom.
Yeah.
Man, I was so pissed. I was like sitting there waiting. Dude was in there like taking his time, primping up, washing his hands, all kinds of, and I don't know, he was like cleaning his face. I don't know, he was taking a long time. I was like, man, come on, get out the restroom. And man, I destroyed it. It was game over. It was a combination of Whataburger and combination of Whataburger taquitos, breakfast on a bun, and some Fig Newtons.
That'll do it to you. And some
Starbucks coffee that morning. Ooh, precious.
Oh boy,
it was over.
Smooth.
Anyway, it was a nice, it was a nice, beautiful funeral in Mississippi. And my dad is a big fan of the Yankees. And so he was wearing a New York Yankee tie.
Yeah. His hat
man.
too.
Yeah. We had his hat.
And then I noticed the casket as well.
Yeah, casket was that Yankee blue with a little bit of silver.
Yeah.
And it was cool. And my mom kept his hat because that was his favorite hat that he liked to wear. But
Good.
we're happy that he's pain free. We're happy he's at peace.
Yes.
So we know he's dancing with the angels right now. But it was a bit of a crazy week because we went down to Mississippi on that Sunday. Then after the funeral, rode back on Monday. So it was like a quick turnaround trip, and it was nuts. But shout out to all the family, all the friends, everyone, who has left us messages and sent food. Even people in Mississippi gave us like 2-pound cakes, gave us 2 homemade key lime pies from my cousin Kisa, who is like a master home chef, I gotta say.
Nice.
Golly, a lot of other food, and my dad loves some watermelon, so we had some good Mississippi watermelon, out there. So
nice.
Yeah. So
yeah, and I just gotta say, man, my little boy happened to be, I guess he's a little comedian because in the the funeral services in Houston, man. We were all in the back row. And every time the preacher said something, he repeated line, word for word, line for line. And he had everybody in the back row turning around, cracking up. And I know it wasn't really a funny moment, but I guess he must have lightened the mood for people because everybody was just cracking up back there. So, we had to take him out a few times because it was just too much. I didn't want him to disturb the preacher and get too loud.
Yeah, that's funny. And it's funny because it's like we were talking, the way the funeral went, it was, a celebration of his life more than, a big mourning of his death. And that's the way that he liked it. And the fact that happened, I mean, it would have fallen right in line because my dad would have just been sitting there laughing right at it too. Yeah. If he was sitting there. But, the way the funeral went, we had some interesting things happen because my mom, had specifically placed in the program, a few people to say words, had to leave it, to 2 to 3 minutes for comments, sort of on a strict
timeline.
Schedule. Yeah, because they, just for travel reasons. So then all of a sudden, we had my dad's best friend talk, which is one of the coolest dudes I've known, but he know my dad, since they're college roommates, first day of college, freshman year. So, he talked, and the preacher was like, hey, tapped on the mic. He's like, this is my best friend. I got to talk about it. Yeah. So he talked, and then, friends came up, and then my cousins, our cousins came up. Shout out to all of them, the 3 guys, the nephews, for talking because, they're pretty inspired in what they're saying. And then another one of my cousins, lady, walked up there. She was not on the program. But there was a strict guideline. If you're not on the program, we don't want to hear from you. Man, she got up there and said some stuff, and my mom's like, man, you can't even understand what she's saying, man. It was crazy. And then it was funny. So yeah, I mean, hey, the fact that he was back there repeating the preacher, it's all good. He was just lightening up the mood, and that's the way my pops would have made it. He'd have tried to make it a lighter mood, to crack a joke, which is where I got the Dickey do joke from, by the way.
Wow, man.
Anyway, but that's what we've been. It was a sad time. It was a happy time. A lot of emotions, but hey, we are holding on to the memories and the good times that we had.
Yes, indeed.
And, it's all good. We'll see him again one day. Yeah. Now, back into this craziness. So,
hold on for a second. I'm sorry. Somebody's beeping on the door.
All right, it's cool. Man, it's too early for somebody to be ringing the doorbell on a Saturday morning. They better be bringing something good. That's all I got to say. Nothing but cakes, flowers, early morning breakfast pizza, maybe, a singing telegram. That would be sort of cool. What else could they be bringing this early? Like if it was like a coffee delivery service, like if it was like Starbucks at home, that would be cool, where Starbucks would show up to your door and bring you whatever coffee you want, like frappuccinos in the morning. That would be hot. That would be cool. It sounds like it may be children, so maybe children are showing up at his door and he's just getting new children all of a sudden. I don't know, audience. What do y'all think? It just better be something good for this early at a Saturday.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, while you were gone, I was just telling the audience, I was just trying to figure out with the audience, what was at the door. Like early morning coffee to go, like Starbucks at home. They bring you like a nothing bundt cake.
No, just another person handing out flyers for me to go to church.
Man, why they got to ring on the door though? They see you got a mail slot.
Yeah, for real, right? It's like one dude last week, or week before last, he came and he showed me a whole video on his phone.
Wow. You gotta upgrade and keep up with the times. So you got to make that technology work for you.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, yeah, you'll be interested to listen to the audio. You walked away and see what you think of that.
Right.
All right. So, yeah. So, back to the episode. So, we know where we've been. We talked about how you can hear all our episodes now. So now we go get into the blurred/geek topics of the week, which basically will be the whole show. So we're just going to try to make this a little bit shorter than normal.
Yeah.
So, first topic, Malia Obama videoed smoking pot and twerking at Lollapalooza, or allegedly smoking pot.
Allegedly, yeah.
What you think about that?
Man, she's a young girl, man. There are a lot of girls out there doing a lot worse, man. I think she's just having fun, you know. She's just dancing with a friend. I mean, of course, she's been cooped up in that White House, so she couldn't let it out. She couldn't let that inner teenage out. I don't know how many house parties she been to while she was in there, but you know, hey, man, more power to her. I don't have any issues with it. I think it's just because she's a high profile daughter of the president, you know, the spotlight is always shining on her, you know, of course. Yeah. But then, of course, on the flip side, Sasha's got a summer job, and, you know, the parents demanded that each of the girls get summer jobs, right? If I understood that correctly. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. I mean, I think, you know, I just think it's sort of crazy, you know, like you said, that people are trying to out her or whatever. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things that other presidents' kids have done, you know, that we never saw. Yeah. Like the Bush twins. Sure. I mean, hey. There's no telling what they did.
You know, I went to TCU in Fort Worth, Texas. Go Frogs. Which if you listened to our other episodes, you already know that. So, let's see. It was not long after I left TCU, you know, and Bush was in the White House while I was there, and then after I left, and then you know, for a couple more years after I left, and his girls were caught at TCU, you know, doing some skanky stuff at parties, underage drinking, all kinds of stuff. So hey, you know, and it was a little bit out there, but it wasn't as much out there as it is right now because of social media. So, you know, everybody grows up, you know, gets out of the house, that first time out the house, you know, and she's about to go to college. So, you know, she's 18 years old. So I remember my first semester out of the house, and I was not a president's kid. And man, you know, it was just fun. I just had a little bit too much fun those first couple months, you know, away from home. Yeah. I totally understand. My first semester I moved on campus, which was like a year later. You know, I went from being on the dean's list to practically on what does he call it? Academic probation, man. Yeah. So I had like way too much fun. Yeah. Same here. You know, you know, I had too much fun as well. My first semester, I did not make the dean's list. I was just immediately on almost probation. Yeah. Just for a couple of grades that I got. So yeah, man, just had to bring that crap up. But you know, it's one of those things. We all go away. We all go and start having fun. Right. You know, it's whatever. She was at a concert. She was dancing. Every kid dances. When she twerked, it was a struggle twerk. It was a struggle twerk. A struggle twerk, big time. But she lifted up the side of her skirt, and she had on shorts. Yeah. So not like she had on like a G-string and she was showing off her butt. Right. Exactly. You know, she had on shorts. And I mean, it was more like a white girl twerk. But I mean, hey, she's a president's daughter, so you would expect it to be a white girl twerk, right? Yeah. And yeah, man. I mean, caught smoking. I mean, shoot, it's well documented how what her dad smoked. Yeah. You know how he smokes. He still smokes, and he's in the White House. Yeah. So that's right. You know, lay off of these people. I actually saw somebody who put on there. who like posted a Twitter, post that said, "My daughter used to look up to Malia Obama. Now I'm not gonna let her look up to the ghetto, tramp, blah blah blah." And I'm like, and then somebody else replied to that tweet and like captioned it or whatever, and was like, if your daughter grows up, if your daughter grows up to have your neck, the lady,
she ain't gonna be able to look up.
She ain't gonna be able to look up to anybody. But I mean, this is my problem. This is, back in the day when Charles Barkley was like, "I'm not your role model."
Right.
This is my thing. You don't let your children have role models that aren't you. You be your kid's role model.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to make a mistake, regardless if it's you, if it's one of these people in the media,
right.
Especially high-profile people. They're under such a microscope that they do a small thing, like dancing at a concert, and and it gets blown out of proportion. So this is a PSA. Let your kids use you as the role model.
Right.
Don't pick Kylie Jenner or Kendall Jenner.
Oh my God! Please no.
Or Ray J. Or Snoop or Carmelo Anthony or any. Don't let your kids use those people as role models. You be their role model and how to act, and you say, hey, if you want to emulate them on the court, behind the mic, on the TV screen, in the science lab, like that's what you want. You can emulate them and try to do those things,
right,
and become great at those things. But if you're looking for a way to act, a way to treat people, follow me, follow mom, follow dad. Don't follow these hoes out here.
Yeah, but then on the flip side of that, some parents out there don't act great at all. Yeah, there's some parents out there that are doing some shiesty things out there in them streets. So,
yeah,
and it's funny. I've encountered like a lot of parents out there that encourage their kids to either fight or talk back or do this and that, and they think it's cute at that particular young age, but when they grow up, it's a different scenario. It ain't cute anymore when your kids are getting locked up or getting in trouble, kicked out of school or kicked out of class for that matter.
Yeah.
So, it's I definitely respect looking up to your parents first and foremost, but that parent has to make sure their priorities are straight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the parents definitely have to make sure their priorities are straight, and you can't, like you say, you can't be out there, in them streets, or you can't be the one who, when they went to college, they were hitting every bong, or they're getting a train run on them.
Oh, Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want to have that come back.
Appalled at this girl.
Yeah, exactly.
We have all been there. We have all done that. We've all done something that, our parents wouldn't be proud of.
Yes.
Or we've all been in that point where our 35-year-old selves wouldn't have been proud of our 17, 16, 18-year-old self.
So, yeah.
Remember when you were there.
Oh, yeah. My parents still don't know I was banned from the mall back home.
Yeah. A quick story about banned from the mall.
Oh, man. Well, God, I got to relive this. So I was 17. Was I 17? Yes, I was 17 at the time. So me and my friends, we go to the mall, right? And I'm just blasting my music. I'm riding around the mall, everything. And you know how in the mall parking lot, like you got to go one way up the street. You got to go a certain way to ride down the lane. Like, so if the arrow's pointing one way, you got to go that way. So I went down the opposite way because I see this one, I don't know, she was fine looking girl, man. So I had to hurry up and pull down the lane just to go check her out, right? So all of a sudden this bike cop came out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey, I need you to go pull over here. It's one of my supervisors needs to talk to you." So I pull over to the side. He comes there. He starts talking to me. I get out the car, and apparently I'm mouthing off to the guy because I guess I'm trying to show off in front of my friends that are in the car. So all the while I'm talking to the cop. They're in the car and they're blasting the music. Then they turn it down. they blasted up again as the cop talking, you know. So he gives me a ban, what do you call it? I don't even know if it's like a citation or some type of ticket or something that says I can't come back to the mall for like 3 or 4 months, right?
Wow.
And if he catches me there again, he's going to arrest me. So I got his little ticket. I tore it up. You know, I came back the very next day and every week after that. Never got arrested or anything. So, and my parents didn't find out about it. But,
yeah,
you know, it's just stupid things we do.
Yeah, exactly. It is, you know, there's some stupid stuff. You know, we have all been there. We have all done that. And well, I guess we haven't all been banned from the mall. But, you know, it's understandable, man. And that's funny that you kept going back, because I remember back when you told me that, I was like, you know, it was sort of like Friday, you know, and they were like, you got fired on your day off.
It's like, how you get banned from the mall?
Stealing boxes. Yeah, I actually said the word. I was like, how do you get banned from the mall? How? And how do they even notice, you know, that you got banned from the mall? Or, you know, that you show back up there.
I don't know. No clue.
But that was a really small, like, it was a small mall, you know, from a small town. So, or I guess semi-small town, if you will, compared to large city. So, you know, you would think that the cop would be able to seek you out anytime you showed up at the mall, but I guess they didn't care that much. So
no, it's a different cop on every shift, so I wasn't expecting them to catch me. So
that's so funny, man. So another PSA: don't get banned from the mall, but if you do, go back anyway because they won't care.
Yeah.
So, oh man, all right. So that's enough about Malia Obama and her shenanigans.
Tap your little box.
Okay, so the Olympics, man, we're right in the middle of the Olympic season. You know, today we're recording this. It's the 13th of August. You know, pretty much done with all the swimming competitions, you know, which the USA was like blasting through, dominating.
Yes.
And gymnastics. And you know, so now it's about to be time to watch Usain Bolt and you know, all the crazy track and field athletes.
Yes.
So we had a couple of, you know, black females that dominated, you know, or you know, won a couple events that were one was you know, one was expected, one wasn't. So
right,
yeah. So the first, Simone Biles.
Yeah,
you know, she's a gymnast from Houston, Texas. She's from Spring, Texas. She was born March 14th, 1997.
Dang, so she's still a little. She's practically a baby.
Yeah, she's what? Just
19?
19.
Yeah.
You know, this is what's sad, because March 14th, 1997, I remember that was around the week of school, or around the time that we're all trying to figure out who were going to be our prom date.
Oh, boy.
I was a senior in high school then.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy, man. So yeah, I was just, you know, I was about to graduate 2 months later. And so yeah, that was, that's crazy that chick was born then. But yeah, she, you know, she was, let's see, what is she, she won the all-around competition individual, and then she also got a gold medal, you know, for the team competition.
Right.
Yeah, man, she's pretty freaking amazing.
Yeah, she is, man. That's incredible. I was wondering, the last Olympics, what was her name? Gabby Douglas, man. Yeah. She dominated. Now you don't even hear anything about her.
Exactly.
This was pretty crazy. I wonder if Simone's going to get a movie too.
Right, exactly, man. That would be funny if she did just every time somebody win. Gabby's on the team.
Yeah, I saw her face in her pictures and stuff.
See, she did get a gold for the team competition. She was a part of that. And I mean, she was just, you know, her game was just off on that day. She was good enough to make to the team for the team, but yeah, her game was off on the individual qualifying. So,
right.
Yeah, so she just sat and watched, and you saw her, every time you saw her face, it was just like that pain in her face, like, man, that should be me. But,
right.
You know, in the Olympics, everybody has their chance. And Simone Biles blew it up. It's funny. It said that she first tried gymnastics when she was 6 years old, when she was on a daycare field trip to some gymnastics place, and she tried it and she liked it. And I guess the people, you know, at that field trip were like, hey, you should keep doing this. So you should try it. So I guess she signed up with, some little gymnastics league and started doing it. And boom, she is the most decorated female gymnast, American female gymnast.
Ever?
Ever. They say that, what does she have, like, total of 14 total of 14 medals. 10 of them were gold medals in the world championship. She just got these 2 gold medals in the Olympics.
Right.
So Mary Lou Retton, Nastia Liukin, who's the girl you just said, Gabby Douglas.
Gabby Douglas.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they said that when she won the individual event, all around event, her score was more. She would have beat every other gold medalist going all the way back to the 1980 Olympics.
Dang.
I think it was like combined more than the combined margin of victory as well. It was like over 2 points. That's freaking crazy. I don't know much about gymnastics as far as scoring goes, but I know that, if you win by that much, you basically skunked everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then who was it? We actually had the second
Simone Manuel.
Okay. Silver medal in that too. So
okay.
Raisman, Allie Raisman or whatever, who did that. So big shout out to 2 Americans who did great there. But then, what'd you say?
Simone Manuel in the swimming events.
Yeah.
She's another. Well, I guess the first black woman to win a gold medal in a swim event. Yeah,
individual. Yeah, exactly. She also born 1996 in August, also from the Houston area.
Dang.
So big shout out to Texas.
Something in that Houston water.
Man, I'm telling you, we got some athletes down there. So even though that didn't really translate to me. She specialized in the freestyle, so basically the normal swim move, that everybody does.
Right.
They learn, and she won the silver medal in the 4x100 meter freestyle relay team, and then she won the gold on that 100 meter freestyle, and she tied. Like, it was crazy because did you have a chance to watch it?
I didn't watch any of it.
I was watching that, and she was behind. Basically for the whole race. And then that last 50 meters, that last trip back to the finish line, man, she, I guess, they used to say when you're running, they used to say you walked him down. Like, she swam this dude down, or this chick down, and caught up to her from like almost the body length, reached out at the end, tied, and they ended up tying for gold. Like, they both touched a Canadian swimmer, touched at the same time. So on top of that, though, they set the Olympic record, and she herself Manuel set the American record for winning. So first African American woman to win an individual Olympic gold medal in swimming. So that's
awesome.
That's pretty amazing for them. So shout out to them.
Yeah, and I was reading an article, and I know my wife mentioned this to me earlier, but I just started reading an article about this, and they mentioned the film Dorothy Dandridge, introducing Dorothy Dandridge, and it was said, like, back in the day, I guess, when Dandridge was in a hotel swimming pool, like, she just touched her toe in the swimming pool, the whole hotel had to drain the pool out just because the I guess the white patrons didn't want to get contaminated, or they complained or something. So now going into this, like, progressing into her Simone Manuel winning a gold medal. It's pretty amazing.
That is pretty amazing, and that's pretty terrible. I mean, just really though, like, they must not have understood like how chlorine works. They obviously must not have understood just how to treat people. Maybe the hotel should have just had a black pool and a white pool. Maybe they should have just did that. It probably would have been smaller. They probably would have put Rio de Janeiro Olympic water in there. But, it's the water. But that's pretty ridiculous. But it is what it is, and big shout out to Simone for doing that.
Yes.
And speaking of the Olympic water, the diving competition, I saw that the water, they had to cancel training one day because the water was like green. It was like neon green.
Yeah, I was making a joke about that at work a couple of days ago because I was like, it must be that color change in water when somebody pees in the pool. But I don't know what's up with that. I have no clue.
That's funny.
No clue.
Yeah, man. And then they showed the next day the water was perfectly teal again.
Wow.
So I'm like, what is the problem?
Yeah.
And a lot of or a few of the events like the diving, water polo, they are in a pool that is open air. So it's not enclosed like the swimming, the lap swimming events.
Right.
So it's interesting how the water there seems to turn colors. Like I don't know if I would want to.
Don't know. Yeah. At first, when you said speaking of diving, I was like, oh boy, he's about to mention that Philippine dive team.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that was pretty bad. I felt bad for them, dude, because they did not do. That was bad. But the cool thing about it was they got out the pool and they went high five each other like, bam, we did. We finally made it here.
And they had that look on their face like, oh, my back hurts, but that was great. That was a great dive.
All zeros.
It was like they all either did a belly flop or a back flop.
Right.
Like that was their special entry move. And the splash. Like, if you ever been to SeaWorld or ever seen SeaWorld, we do like SeaWorld, so sorry about that, Peter. And you sat in the first, 5 rows, you know that Shamu will splash you.
Right.
It's like every one of their splashes, the Filipinos, the splash into the pool had the Shamu splash.
Yeah.
So, shout out to my boy Lionel. 1 for being Filipino, 2 for just having a beautiful baby boy, but number 3 for being Filipino and probably also splashing in the pool like that every time he goes swimming. So.
Wow, man.
That's terrible. Man. Yeah.
So, terrible.
That's funny. Oh, what about Phelps' face?
Phelps' face, man. I call it the Phelps death stare.
Yeah.
But that dude, he was focused.
Yeah, Michael Phelps, man, most decorated American Olympian, I think ever. I think his total gold medal count is 22. And between the Olympics that he's been in, I think this is his 4th Olympics, right?
Let's see, 1, 2, yeah, probably, yeah.
3rd, something like that. And that dude is a beast. But, there's an internet meme that went out, that's circulated about showing his face. And like you said, it looks like a death stare. He's like total focus. Mm-hmm. And yeah, man, it was funny. One of the races where he won gold medal, in this Olympics, when the swimmers come out, they have them sort of stand in front of a screen for a second and it pops their name up and their country up, and they sort of come out and get applause and wave or whatever, sort of like a basketball entrance or something like that. Mm-hmm. So he came out, and the look on his face was like that look on your face when you're just about to go out there and step all over your competition.
Yeah, exactly.
That dude was lit. So big shout out to Michael Phelps. Big shout out to the Olympians. So what about, do you have any favorite Olympic sports you like to watch? Summer or winter, it doesn't matter. That just aren't like normal mainstream.
Back in the day, growing up, I used to like watching the, what was it called? Steeplechase event?
The horses, yeah?
No, not that one. It was the
running one.
The running where they run over the little wall and they splash in the water. Yeah. I don't know why. It was just a really weird, peculiar event. Mm-hmm. But anything dealing with track and field, I used to always watch it.
Yeah, that's
everything like that, man. But yeah, that steeplechase is just, I don't know what draws me to it. It's just really weird, But of course, I was reading up on a ton of other weird events that I didn't know Olympics had.
Yeah, like what?
Like race walking.
Yeah, that's it there, right? I was just looking.
Power walking. I mean, I could see old women power walking doing this event, but there's like grown men walking fast.
The one that would probably be the most difficult to watch would be the 50 millimeter or the 50 kilometers or kilometer, whatever, race walk for men. 50 kilometers.
Wow.
I'm not British or European, but I know that 50 kilometers is a long freaking way. If anybody out there knows how long that is, number one, tap your love box. Number two, tell us how long that is, because that seems like a really long way. I don't want to take the time right now to look it up. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
It's I'm sure it's pretty far.
Man, I did see another one. Back in the day, the ancient Olympics, in the original Olympics, they used to have, foot races, which are now like our sprint races and whatnot.
Right.
But they had other foot races. They had one that was a race in armor. So imagine having full, a full coat of armor, a full suit of armor on, and having to race.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
that's insane.
I mean, like in chainmail, like all that stuff, man, that would be funny. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, yeah, so I did, I did shot put and discus in middle school, for our track team. And I and a little bit in high school, and then I dropped off after my freshman year. But yeah, so I love watching the shot put, the discus. I love watching the javelin throw, even though I guess that is just innately black. You know what I'm saying?
I keep thinking about Lamar Latrell from Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh man, that's so funny. That's so funny.
Yeah.
But I guess in Texas they didn't allow the javelin throw, as a middle school or high school event. So I could never do it. I always wanted to be a javelin thrower though. And you'd be like,
too much teen anger, you might stab somebody.
Exactly. They didn't want anybody to throw it and kill anyone. So yeah, so I love watching the shot put, the discus, the javelin, godly, that I can't remember what it's called, the pole vault. But
yes,
offbeat though, like badminton,
table tennis.
Oh man, those Asians and the Eastern Europeans are great at table tennis. It's insane watching them. Let's see.
There's even a BMX racing competition.
There is.
Yeah.
I know that. So that's pretty sick. I remember watching that before, and I was like, dude, BMX came a long way up there in the Olympics.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see here. Fencing, I learned rapier and dagger. Training like how to fight with the sword. Pretty much, I'm a big sword fan, so love watching the fencing. The judo and karate.
Yes,
big fan of that. What do you think about rhythmic gymnastics? Like dancing with
the ribbon
and the ball.
I look at it and I'm thinking, like, is that really a lot of skill putting into that?
Yeah.
I know you're just flicking your wrist to make the ribbon go very smoothly and all around you, but okay. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's definitely a funny sport. Do I call it a sport?
Don't tell our ballerinas that, our ballerina listeners. My friend Caroline Kalush out in Charlotte, Caroline Kalush and Company, amazing ballerina. So yeah, it basically incorporates ballet, like with pliés and arabesques. It has German style apparatus work, so they're like maybe jumping off of stationary objects or whatever, and then it uses free exercise. So any kind of dancing, choreography, anything like that. And yeah, man, it's pretty funny because, let's see, they use either a ribbon on a stick, they use a rope, a hoop, a ball, which is really funny when you watch them dance with the ball, or then clubs. So I guess a stick. I don't know.
Gee, okay.
To dance with, but it's funny because like the one with the ball, it's like a bouncy ball. Like one of those recreational bouncy balls that you'll find.
Not the medicine, not the those what is it? The balls that you see at the workout clubs or anything like that.
No, like more like a when you find a recess. they're like dribbling. They like go and dribble while they're like dancing.
So those ones you see in the Big Ben in the middle of Walmart.
Yeah, the ones that everybody tries to chunk it like halfway to the ceiling to get it.
Yeah.
The Ben after you play with it. So then, or they try to dunk and they knock all the balls over. So they're dribbling and then they throw the ball up in the air. While the ball's in the air, they're doing like flips and twists and somersaults and stuff like that and cartwheels. And then they jump up and catch it, and then they hold it like behind their back somehow. And they're so flexible that they could almost touch the back of their head to the back of their knees.
Wow.
And the ball's in that little crack.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Oh, my God.
So rhythmic gymnastics is sort of stupid, but it's sort of cool too. So big ups to those rhythmic gymnasticers. Synchronized swimming, I always think that's funny. And then, for the Winter Olympics, I like the short track speed skating.
Yeah.
Remember Anton Ono? And curling. It's just fun.
Yes, curling, man. Oh, but one thing I do love is wait a minute, snowboarding. That's in the extreme X Games, right? Or is that in the Olympics?
Also in the Winter Olympics now. Yeah.
It's in the okay. Well, then I love snowboarding.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
Snowboarding in the dang it, what is that one called where they're like high up on this very steep slope? Yeah, the ski jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be what it is. Yeah. That looks pretty crazy. I wouldn't try it, but I like looking at it.
Yeah, me too. And matter of fact, so we live in the Salt Lake, Utah area. And Park City is nearby. They had the Olympics, obviously, in Park City. And that's also where a lot of Olympians train. And the ski jump from that Olympics is still there. The U.S. team still uses it to train,
right.
And summer and winter. And one of my coworkers told me that I don't remember if it's every year or there's just one time that they did. I can't remember, but they actually turned the ski jump into a water slide.
Wow.
So I mean, it's up on a mountain. You know what I'm saying? It is
That's
high
crazy.
up in the air. So you go down that water slide, and then you fly off at the end. It sounds crazy, but it sounds fun. But I wouldn't try it because
no. Yeah, no.
If anybody out there would try the ski jump as a water slide or the ski, as a matter of fact, tap your love box and let us know. Tap your love box. All right. So enough of the Olympics.
Yes.
Okay, last major blurred geek whatever topic.
Bow Wizzy.
Bow Wow.
Bow Weezy.
Let's talk about Bow Wow retiring.
I don't think anybody cares except for him. Oh my God, I thought you'd been retired, Bow Wow.
That's fire.
Last time I seen you was on 106 in Park, and that's gone.
Man. Shad Moss is an actor though, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he is an actor. Yeah, he's in a couple fun movies.
Yeah.
Quite a few movies, but a couple fun ones on my list. Like, I just thought about his role as Twinkie in Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I just thought about that. Of course, I didn't really care for him in that movie, but I think the only movie that I saw him in that I really liked was Roll Bounce.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was one of my favorite movies that he was in. I guess one of the two favorite movies that he was in that I like. So Roll Bounce.
And he had a small feature in All About the Benjamins with Mike Epps and Ice Cube.
Oh, see, I forgot that.
Yeah, he didn't really have much of an acting part. It was just a couple lines and he was done with. But I don't care about him retiring.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, well, the movie that put him on the acting scene was Like Mike.
Yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Ball, and they had like a bunch of professional athletes or basketball players. Cameo in the movie, like Chris Webber when he was on the Kings, and David Robinson was in that movie. I mean,
wow.
When he was a little kid, and he was like, he got some Michael Jordan shoes. And
wasn't the
MJ on them? They weren't Michael Jordan.
Wait, they were like hanging off of a like a
wire.
telephone wire, and then it got struck by lightning or something, and it fell down, and
he fell down.
He happened to get him and put him on, and man, get out of here.
He won a one-on-one with the basketball player in the
Morris Chestnut's character.
And he started to play, and he did a step back 3-pointer. He off the backboard dunked it, and he was all of 3'8" at the time.
And he hadn't grown much since then. So.
No, he's only about 4'6" now. So anyway, so that's all I was gonna say. The question I was gonna ask you: does it even matter to rap that he's done? I guess not.
Please don't rap. I can't even tell you one of his hit songs. I don't even remember.
You can't? Oh, well, see.
I honestly don't remember.
He sort of came in with Snoop Dogg and Jermaine Dupri. Snoop Dogg brought him in the game. Jermaine Dupri sort of, brought him to prominence. And then, what was his, let's see here, Puppy Love. You remember that song?
Nope.
Love? You don't remember that song?
I don't remember Puppy Love.
What about
sorry.
Fresh As I'm Is?
Vaguely.
With Mike Jones. What about A Shorty Like Mine with Chris Brown?
Nope.
Only thing that lifts me up, maybe when I'm down. Blah, 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 blah. That's all I got. Let's see here. Then there's that one with Baby when he signed with Cash Money. Let's get down. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
No clue.
No?
I don't remember. I'm sorry, man.
The one with the Marion. Let me hold you. Let me hold you down like a friend supposed. I know y'all love my singing.
I'm sorry, Bow Wow. I'm just not a fan.
Okay, so if nobody's seen the video for Let Me Hold You Down, check out the chick that Bow Wow is with in there. Because that chick in Let Me Hold You is the same chick that he eventually gets with in the next song, Like You, with Sierra. Back when Sierra was an innocent teenager and nobody threw shade on her.
Oh, that's right. He was with Sierra, wasn't he?
Yeah, apparently they dated for a little while, and she was nice and cute, and everybody loved it, even though she was probably about 2-3 feet taller than Bow Wow, and then she went with Future, and then she got with Russell Wilson, and all of a sudden after she quit Future, everybody started hating on her, but whatever, man. She's doing her thing.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so I guess Bow Wow doesn't matter. All right.
Bow Wow does not matter. Bow Wow does not matter. I think I have more important news than Bow Wow.
Yeah. Tap your little box. So, when I was watching a couple of those old Bow Wow videos, they're from mid-2000s, some of them from about 5 or 6 years ago, so 2010-ish. I was looking, and there were a ton of video hosts. Call them video vixens, dancers. And I saw in a YouTube comment, somebody said, I'm wondering where all these video hoes at in life right now. You think about that, though. I know some girls who were video vixens, video dancers, and they seem to be doing well for themselves.
Yes, but I was actually going to post one on one of our Woman Crush Wednesdays.
Yeah, do it.
That I still have. She is still
Who is it?
Melissa Ford.
I don't even know.
You gotta look her up.
Yeah.
She was remember Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit? They were calling her the Jessica Rabbit. Man,
I remember her. Yeah.
Yes.
She went to NYU.
Did she?
Isn't that crazy? Or she went to York University. I'm sorry, not NYU.
She actually runs a radio show. I'm not sure if it's a podcast. I think it's a radio show right now.
Yeah.
Currently. So, yeah. Melissa Ford.
Yeah, she's out there. Yeah, she does look good. She's been on movies as well. She wasn't just.
Yeah.
Can't remember. I remember her face.
I think she was. But yeah.
Her face, so. Yeah, well, there you go. Let's see here. Host of Hollywood Unlocked, Uncensored on Dash Radio. So there you go. You were right on it. So Melissa Ford. So shout out to internet or to video dancers, I guess. If you guys out there are a video dancer, tap your love box. We love you. Thanks for being on videos. Eye candy back in the day. If you know some, tap your love box. If you love them, tap your love box. So tap your love box.
Oh, I got a couple quick hits.
Oh yeah, go for it. Sorry.
It's all right. Sorry.
This was all one thing. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, I got a couple. So, Donald Glover, you're familiar with Donald Glover, right?
Yep.
Childish Gambino is reportedly the front runner to play the iconic role of a young Landau Calrissian in the new Han Solo movie.
Wow.
So that sounds pretty good to me.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I hope he is as good as a actor as he is, as a singer, because he's good as Childish Gambino. So
yeah, man, I'm definitely down for that. And that was just a quick Star Wars.
Yeah, quick hit
news. Yeah, just a quick Star Wars quick hit. But I read that last night.
He's in that TV show's coming up called Atlanta. So yeah,
I was going to mention that too. That looks pretty good. I saw another clip from that yesterday. Yeah, and that looks definitely good. So
that's cool.
Then and along with that, I just wanted to know, and I know I mentioned this before we started, but Netflix, The Get Down. I posted a picture last night on Instagram, and I think everybody out there should check it out.
Yeah,
it's a really fun. I'm a few episodes in, and it's fun, man. Yeah. It's really good.
As I was telling you before we started, yesterday all day long was like, man, I need to add that to my next Netflix queue. Need to add it. And then last night I finally added it. Next thing I know, I looked on our Instagram and you had posted.
Yeah.
So that's so funny.
Yeah. Now the last thing I got for us. All right, so fans love it, and the critics hate it. Or I'm gonna say some fans. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Stranger Things?
Suicide Squad.
No, Stranger Things is good.
Stranger Things is great. Yeah. Really? So Suicide Squad. So this is this crazy stuff going on with the fans. A little over a week ago, like some fans tried to get a petition signed to shut down the movie critic site Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh wow!
Because the critics just went in on the movie. They gave it like a 27%, while the audience gave it a 70%.
See, isn't that crazy?
So that's a big difference in reviews.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes, 27, like you said. Metacritic, 40%. IMDb, 6.9.
Wow. Yeah, see?
Wow.
And then to go along with that, there was a fan in Scotland that was suing Warner Brothers and DC over false advertising.
What?
And spoiler alert for anybody out there who hadn't seen the Suicide Squad. We hadn't seen it either, so I guess it's a spoiler alert for us too. So because there was apparently some scenes in the trailer involving the Joker that didn't even make it to the film. Okay. So this particular fan drove 300 miles to London.
That's his fault.
And he left the theater, disappointed, and he demanded a refund. And according to him, he was laughed at and thrown out of the theater.
Man.
So he's trying to sue these people for, I don't know, they didn't really put an amount or what he was suing for, but
like was he dressed up in a costume? Was he dressed up as a Joker?
I have absolutely no clue, but he was just completely disappointed that the Joker, the scenes that were in the trailer didn't make it to the actual film.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that DC and Warner Brothers, they're going to go the same route as Batman v Superman and drop a 3.5 hour long extended director's cut and have all those scenes in there.
Man, okay. So I like you said, we haven't seen the movie. It made box office opening day. It almost made its budget. 170 million is what it made. Budget was 175, so it almost made that opening day. Probably, from everybody being hyped about it. And this, this idiot that's trying to sue them. okay, number one, your fault for living 300 miles away from the closest theater. So
right.
That's number one. Number two, you can't get mad at somebody for for your expectations being dashed.
Right.
I was about to say, have you ever been in a relationship? But probably not. Not that guy. And there all the time there are scenes, from a movie that you may see in a trailer or in a teaser, or in any line of the trailer that get left on the cutting room floor. Shoot, I was left on the cutting room floor of my biggest commercial gig that I ever got with MasterCard when they did those priceless things. My scene, the whole trip that I took to do the priceless scene was cut on the cutting room floor. And then they just had like some Asian kids playing baseball and broke a car window. And that was the priceless moments. I was pissed off. You know what I'm saying? But I got paid.
Yeah.
Whatever, dog. But it's still, I was pissed off. I was like,
yeah.
I was waiting. I had all my friends there. We're at work watching the MLB All-Star game. And I was like, oh, here it is. It was over. I was like, oh, okay, maybe they're going to have a different commercial. But it's just, same commercial came on later. That was the only priceless commercial. And I was left out. And my friends just sort of pat me on the back and gave me that look like, sorry for you, bruh. But that's what I'm going to tell this guy. Sorry for you, bruh. You shouldn't have drove all that way, and since you did, whatever, you're going to see the movie, that's fine. But don't be mad at them for dashing your hopes and dreams of seeing the Joker. He was in the movie.
Yeah.
So, there's stuff that gets cut. Like, if you were an actor in that movie and in your contract was written, that scene must be in there, then you could sue them. But you just a stupid fan. Chill out. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So that's all I got for you.
I can't even. That's stupid. Like my brother. Okay, so when I was in Houston, I was riding a lot of places with my brother in the car, and he is an aggressive driver to say the least. But I love my man, and he. Yeah, a lot of times he was just like, man, Jared, I just want to slap some people. If I could get out the car, walk up to them and slap them, I would, without getting in trouble. And yeah, that's the type of person that just need to be slapped back into some sense back into them.
There's a new joke going around. Have you heard it? What did the 5 fingers say to the face? What? Slap!
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, sad.
Tap your little body.
Yeah, we just quickly touched on Stranger Things. I know that you've already finished it. I have one more episode to go. I love that show. So
it is. It's great,
really
man.
Good show.
Who's your favorite character so far?
Oh man, my favorite character. Let's see here. My favorite character. Well, I got like 11. Like that little girl. She's dope. She's cool. She's crazy. Yeah. She can make people float, fly, like she's cool. What about you?
I got to go with the little kid, Dustin, the little dude with no teeth.
Oh yeah, he's funny.
He's great, man. He's yeah, man. He's just great, man. He's like the one that kind of keeps everybody together, man.
Yeah.
But the one that I really kind of pissing me off, the little black boy.
Man, he's a hater.
Total hater, man. That dude, I was like, come on, dude. You the only one in here and you got to act like this?
Yeah, he being a fool a whole lot. And it's sad that he's like that. He's like, she's a traitor. She's not trying to help us. I don't like, and then all of a sudden, the one episode where 11 like knocks him off of the main, the main kid or whatever. And like, that was pretty funny. I was like, finally he got his just desserts. Maybe that'll knock some sense into his too.
But eventually, like towards the end, he gets
he gets whatever.
Yeah, he gets better. He gets better.
Well,
he gets my respect.
You know, the one episode where he took, I think maybe it was like episode 6, maybe episode 5, where he took off on his own to go try to find the friend that was lost.
I thought that was kind of cool.
I thought that was cool, but I thought that's where he was going to die. I was like, the white person going to die in this scene.
Yeah.
And it was like hearkening back to the 80s with all this stuff. So I was like, just like 80s movies, first one to die. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, yeah. So it's crazy. And we're talking about it. So sorry for the little bit of spoilers that we gave, but you should go watch it. Go find it. Yeah. It's on Netflix. If you ain't got Netflix, come on.
You sleeping.
You sleeping on there. Yeah, you got to get that.
$9.99.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. So, yeah, big ups to that show. So, last thing real quick before our couple would you rathers we got is fantasy football. Fantasy football. NFL season 2016 is starting soon. And, we had a thought of doing a fantasy football league. Hashtag Blackout Fantasy Football League. So yeah, man. So it's going to be through ESPN.com, and it's going to be called It's going to be called hashtag Blackout Podcast FFL. That's Frank Lily FFL. League motto: We blacking out. Number of teams. What do you want to do, Jay? How many teams? 14, 16.
Let's just go with 10.
10 it is. Tennis shoes. So it's going to be first come, first serve. We will have a team. And then, any listeners that want to join the Fantasy Football League, you could definitely join up. Just go to ESPN.com. Free, it's a free membership. And then look for hashtag Blackout Podcast. And that's not the little pound sign hashtag. That is the word hashtag Blackout Podcast, FFL. Open to the public. We're going to do an auto pick since, it's going to be hard to coordinate all of our listeners who want to join up. Do an auto pick league. And let's see, the season starts on
another 3 weeks, right?
Start on the 8th of September. So what day should we have for our auto pick? Let's see, this episode is going to drop on like the 19th or so, 18th or 19th. So should probably have it maybe early September. Yeah,
let's see. How about the 2nd, Friday night?
Friday.
Let's see. When's the last preseason game? Last preseason game is
it's probably that week.
Yeah,
it's probably that same week. So, let me see. Trying to think. Can I find it? Preseason. I can't. Oh, there's preseason schedule. All right. So NFL preseason schedule, the last week is, week 4 is September 1st and 2nd. And
1st and 2nd. Yeah. Bam.
So we'll go with the 2nd. So the thing is, by the 4th preseason game, none of the starters that you're really going to pick up are going to be playing anyway. So it don't matter. So we could do Friday for that, for that draft. So Friday, September 2nd, we're going to set up the rules, but basically it's going to be a PPR league. We're going to leave the trading and the add and drops open, just because I think it's silly when they have, restrictions on that.
Right.
We're going to see who the champion is. So
and the champ may even get a little gift.
Yeah, exactly. We're thinking about gifts. We're thinking about an incentive for the champ, and maybe some things mixed with Bob's Burgers, or maybe some things mixed with Breaking Bad, or maybe a nut log. I don't know.
Yeah, they could get a nutty log.
So I am creating the league right now. We're going to go ahead and set it up. So, look for hashtag Blackout Podcast FFL on ESPN Fantasy Leagues. And we'll post some more details through our Twitter, through our through our other sites, and let you know where to join up. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up. And I think that's about it for that.
Yeah.
So, quickly, would you rathers? So, did you see we had some would you rathers during the past?
I saw one.
Yeah.
I think I saw one. Yeah, I saw one. Let me see if I remember. What was it? Would you rather be on the television show Would You Rather, or be on the movie Would You Rather?
Nice. That was from the, I guess, from the Best Wishes. It's called Best Wishes From, and it's at Did You Hit Record on Twitter. Excuse me. It's a podcast on Twitter. So big shout out to y'all for that.
Yes, big shout out.
Yeah. Would you rather watch the movie Would You Rather, or the TV show that's canceled called Would You Rather?
Oh, so it said watch or be in
They
it?
said, would you rather watch the poorly reviewed film Would You Rather, or the now canceled TV show Would You Rather?
Okay. And I was thinking be in it. I was like, no, there ain't no way I'm being in that movie. Would you rather?
So thanks for you guys for the at Did You Hit Record. So what would you rather?
I'd probably watch the television series, multiple episodes of the television series.
Yeah, same here. Because if it's a movie, I don't want to sit there for 2 hours. If it's a TV show that's not good, at least I can get over it quickly. So
exactly.
Yeah, episode there. So then a couple other Would You Rathers. One is from Hooks Spice Rubs at Hooks Rubs and Spices at Hooks Spice Rubs on Twitter. Which big shout out to
our sponsor.
There's our sponsor, which we never talk about, but it's all good.
Dang. But they still hook us up with good stuff. So
there you go. Get your seasoning on. Would you rather swallow a spider while asleep and realize it when it pooped out? Or would you rather find out a waiter spit in your food after you finish eating it?
Wow. I'll just go with the spider.
Yeah.
Because I think I won't have that urge to like kill somebody.
Yes. Yeah,
so
I might have to go and choke somebody. You remember what's his name?
Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady say?
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
Yeah, that's what would happen if I find out my server spit in my food. Especially after being a server myself, man, I'm telling you, boy, I have to go and knock somebody out. So I would definitely have to do the spider route, and I'm sure that's happened to all of us. We just don't know it because we're sleeping.
Yes.
Man, that would be disgusting. So shout out to Ed Hook Spice Rubs. And then finally, the Mr. BS Show, which is another funny podcast. Let's see, and it's at the Mr. BS Show on Twitter. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? A horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Either one would be pretty scary.
Yeah.
100 duck-sized horses. That's kind of scary, man. I'm trying to think about that.
What if they had like 100, like little mini men riding on their back?
With little swords or little guns?
Yeah, or like full armor trying to joust your leg.
Yeah. Oh man, I might have to go with the duck. The horse-sized duck.
Yeah, the horse-sized duck.
Yeah, the horse-sized duck. Because, dang, ducks don't. No, okay, yeah, horse-sized duck.
If you ever,
because
What were you gonna say?
No, I was just thinking. I was trying to think of their feet, but they're webbed feet. So I'm trying to think, and they can fly. So I'm trying to think if they would be able to pick me up in any way and like pick me up and drop me somewhere.
Yeah, man.
But they can't.
If you listen to the Mixed Feelings podcast, you know how crazy they feel. You know what they feel about geese, and duck. I guess ducks who attack them. And I am not a fan of birds at all. So I would not be able to fight the horse-sized duck just because, I don't know, it would just freak me out too much. Like that movie, The Birds, like,
dude,
literally,
man, you ever been to Walmart I guess around this time, or maybe when it's cooler, like early in the year, and there's just like 1 million blackbirds
those dang
just chilling out on, whatever it is.
I hate those.
And there's like 1 million of them out there, and I just look, and immediately I think of Alfred Hitchcock.
Yes.
The birds.
Yeah. I think the same thing, and it give me the creep. And my wife thinks I'm crazy because she thinks I have a complex, but I do have a complex about birds or other flying things trying to like dive bomb me.
Yeah.
And I mean, over the course of my life, like I've gotten insects in my eyes, up my nose, in my ears, in my mouth somehow, if I'm jogging or something like that.
Right.
And those little swarms of flies that are everywhere. It just makes my skin crawl. And birds the same way. I swear there's many times where birds have like flown directly by my face or my head. And I'm like, I know they're aiming for my eyeball. Like I know it. So screw the bird. I would have to fight the 100 duck-sized horses and hope I can get away quick enough. But
but they're like horses, though. They can run fast. So just imagine 100 little horses running after you.
What I would do is this: I would somehow wrangle 2 of them and put them on my feet like little horse skates. And stand on top of them.
You're going to crush them. You trying to crush them?
They'd be strong enough to hold me, right? They'd be like some ants. Strong enough to hold me. And then I would get like some little yarn to wrap around their neck as their bridle. You know what I'm saying? And have them like race me away. Because I'd have 2 horsepower. You know what I'm saying? On my feet. So I would fight the 100 duck-sized horses, tame 2 of them, like my son would like to do in Minecraft, and I would take off and try to outrun them. That's so funny. So a big shout out to the Mr. BS show for that. Hook Spice Rubs and the best wishes from podcast. Appreciate those would you rathers. Anybody else has would you rathers out there? We would love for you to send them in. Tap your love box. Send them into our Twitter. Tap your love box. Because we definitely love answering those. And just for future reference, we do want to do a show with Nelson from Attack the Pod. So we want to do a Suicide Squad movie review there because we talked to him about that and he's down. And then also our friend Chicago L-Dubs, Lindsay, the comedian from Chicago who was supposed to be doing the Ghostbuster review with us. We're going to reschedule with her because we want to have her back, have her on, and have her contribute. So be on the lookout for those episodes to drop. And this episode to drop. We're working hard. And Jay, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find us.
All right. Well, you can hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at #, Blackout Pod. Snapchat at #, BOP. That's HTAGBOP. Or BOP. Wait, what did I say?
HT-BOP.
HT-BOP. #BOP.
Snapchat HT-BOP.
Yeah, it's been a minute, folks. It's been a couple weeks. So, iTunes, Stitcher, GooglePlay, hit us up over there. Email us topics at #blackoutpod@gmail.com. Also, you could email us some would you rathers as well. Website, you can check us out. #blackoutpod.wix.com. All the episodes are now on SoundCloud. All the episodes are now on iTunes, as I mentioned earlier. And they're all on #blackoutpodcast.blogspot.com.
Yeah,
Bam.
working on that. And actually, I'm sorry, it is #BOP on
#BOP
on
Snapchat.
Freaking Snapchat. Man. So everybody, thanks for listening. Tap your love box. We can't wait to get some more shows in. So be blacking out.